Hi, I'm Roland Nanzi, founder of New Home Sales Plus, and I couldn't be more honored to welcome Quint Lears to our Meet the Speaker Pro on the Go series. Hey, Quint, how are you doing?
Awesome. I'm excited, proud to be here on your program, and I'm more excited to be at your event coming up here soon.
We couldn't be more thrilled to have you back on the program. You were just a big success last year. Everybody really knows about Quint Lears. I know that at the Builder Show, people are always talking about you, but we thought it'd be nice for our audience to sort of get to know you a little bit and meet you here and get some top tips as well, just to help those
Oh,
out in the field. Sound good?
let's do
All
it.
right. Well, good. So before we get started, why don't I read your bio just to make sure that people get a real feel for who you are, our audience knows you, and then we'll get started with our questions and we'll do our pro on the go. I'll turn
Let's do
over
it.
the hourglass. Okay, here we go. So Quint Lears MERM, which is an amazing designation, by the way, has excelled as a sales and marketing professional and was recognized as the 2012 National New Home Salesperson of the Year for the National Association of Home Builders, which is a huge honor, Quint. You should be so honored to have got that. He was also a 2018 Professional Builder Magazine 40 Under 40 honoree. He's been featured in Top Agent Magazine, Remax Above Magazine, Professional Builder Magazine, and 3 different times in the Sales and Marketing Ideas. So he's really recognized as a thought leader in our industry. Quint is a sought-after trainer, motivator, and coach speaking at local, regional, and national events on the topics of new home sales, branding, and personalities. And he has been featured in 5 books related to new home sales and marketing, and has just completed his book, Partnering with Brokers to Win More Sales, which is an excellent book, published by NHB Builder Books. This is the first book in the industry dedicated to educating builders and new home salespeople on how to work effectively with real estate brokers to increase new home sales. Finally, there's more, but finally, Quint is the creator and host of newhomesales.com, an online media platform featuring insights, ideas, and best practices from top new home sales marketing and home building professionals.
And
Quint,
you've been on the program, and now the tables have turned, and you're interviewing me. So this is awesome, and it's a privilege.
oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it's true because you've interviewed me 3 or 4 different times, and
Yeah,
I always look forward to it.
great
I remember.
interview, always good content.
Oh, thank you. Well, I remember you way back in the day when I was speaking at the Builder Show, and you were always in the front row taking notes and stuff like that. And now again, tables are turned. You're there with you're doing your own training, as well as you're one of the few trainers that is completely authentic, but you're still out there selling successfully. You're there in New Mexico, and you're succeeding. Selling so well. So everything that you teach is stuff that you're doing currently in today's market. So
Yeah.
with that in mind, why don't we get started? I'm going to turn over the hourglass here. You ready?
Oh, let's do it.
All right, Quint Lears, here we go. I can't wait. So what sets you apart from others in the industry?
I'm not as tall. I talk too fast, and I drink too much coffee.
We all love coffee.
But on a serious note, I love this industry. I think we're in the best business on the face of the earth. I actually like new home salespeople. When I train, I try to speak not even to the builders or the managers or the directors. I try to speak and motivate, train, inspire the frontline new home sales professionals.
Yeah, it's so important, and it really comes across. I've known you a long, long time, and I believe I'm the same way. I've been a salesperson my whole life. I'm very proud of that. And when you're out there on the front lines on weekends and you're working hard, you don't need somebody that's going to be condescending as a trainer. You want somebody that's going to build you up and lift you up and inspire and motivate you. And I've seen you do exactly that. People love your very positive message. So we're on the same page. So Quint, the big information here, the market shifted, as you well know, and we all do. So what are your top tips that you'd like to share with us now that you might, and expand upon it, the retreat? How do we deal with this now?
Number one, know where to go. So one thing, I love history and I love studying military history. And the United States, we actually have war colleges that are always studying, okay, if this happens, then we do this. If this happens, we do this. So having a preemptive plan, I think the separation is in the preparation, being prepared. So I've created an acronym for SLOW, SLOW. And I see people going one or two directions, one of two directions. There's a right way and a wrong way to go when things get slow. The right way is S. We start focusing back on service. When things are so busy and, when things were booming with COVID, I got so busy, maybe I didn't offer the customer a glass of water. I didn't offer them restroom. I didn't greet the whole family, the kids, all that stuff. So focusing, how can we serve the customer better?
Okay.
L stands for learning. I'm
Okay.
telling you, I'm doing podcasts and books and trainings and
Yeah.
motivational stuff and Tony Robbins, just all of it. I'm getting back to learning,
Right.
continuing education. All that stuff stopped when I was, again, working 12 hours a day, writing, so now
Good.
that I've got a little bit extra time, I'm going to
Sure.
invest in learning.
Good.
O stands for getting organized.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cleaning out cars and my office. I've opened up my drawers because I got some extra time. Things are a little bit slower. I'm cleaning up my office, my home, my car. There are a lot of new home salespeople. Go look at your car. Take a day and clean that thing up, man. That's your office. And W is wellness. I'm getting back to doing those things that give me the well-being that I have, because I believe we can't transmit that which we don't possess. And true wealth is good health. And many people destroy their health trying to gain wealth, then gladly spend their wealth trying to get their health back. So let's not lose that big component. So it's service, learning, getting organized, and wellness. Now, what's the wrong path that I see a lot of people taking? And
Can I just jump in real quickly?
Sure.
That L, can that also be for love? Loving
Love.
what you do, loving your clients,
service
being
and love.
appreciative, being grateful. The problems we had before, we were selling too many and they were lining up outside the door, and that stressed us out. Now traffic has slowed down. We've got to get back to the basics of
Back to
what
love.
we do. But surely we've got to get back to loving our industry and being appreciative of what we're doing. So I just want to throw in an extra L.
I love that. I think that's really good. On
Back
the
to
wrong
you.
side. So what's the wrong path? And I've done this, and I do this even, and I got to go, wait a second, I'm on the wrong path. I get stressed,
Okay.
right? I start getting stressed out. I start watching the news. Oh my God, the Fed's going to do this. The interest rates are going to do this. Now, I tried to become a firefighter. I'm too old for that now. You know what I mean? So it's like, I got to make this thing work. L, I start to lose hope. O, I overcompensate. All of a sudden I realize I gotta make this sale. I have to close this one. And you and I both know that doesn't work, and people can sense it and smell it a mile away. So I try to overcompensate, and overcompensate also is when I start working 15-hour days. I gotta go in. Sorry, honey, I know we got this family thing with the kids, but I've got to make a sale. Overcompensate.
Yeah.
And W stands for wither. You ever heard of the downward spiral, Roland?
Yeah.
Right? That happens in nature. Trees, they twist. Well, humans, we twist. We don't just go from being, happy, healthy humans to like twisted up humans, but it happens over time.
Right.
I start getting stressed. I lose hope. I overcompensate and I wither. So I want to make this shift right now from that to, I want to focus on service. I want to focus on love and learning and getting organized and wellness.
Good. It's interesting. I always forget that about you, that one of the things for those watching this, Quint is full of original material. He doesn't copy other people. He does his own thing, and it comes from his frontline experiences. Who else would talk about SLOW as an acronym and go a positive example, negative example, all of which makes total sense. So
I've done both. I've been through both tracks.
I think it's really fascinating. I always forget when I chat with you, I always think of so many great things to talk about, but I've noticed that in myself, that if you let the externals get to you, then you get very negative, and you catch yourself, saying stuff to your family that, wait a minute, that was like 3 negative things in a row. I said, who am I? Like, what have I become? It's rubbing off, and you need to sort of put your foot down and say, no, let's get back to that positive, spiritual, loving person that loves their job and wants to help others to get into that brand new home and improve their lives and forget the stress of it all. Well, good. If I could move forward with now, so that's some sort of very not esoteric, but ethereal, great ideas. Yeah. What about some practical tips? I remember you telling me. Okay, good. I remember you telling me that you were having to rewrite most of your sales. Is that still going on, or did you?
Yeah. So what's the big challenge we have now? What is it?
Well, rates were scaring people.
So ask me. Let's do some role play. We're going to role play, okay?
Oh gosh, here we go.
Okay, so ask me about rates.
What's going on with rates? It's so high. I'm so stressed.
Oh yeah. So we thank you for asking. We have.
Thank you for thanking me.
The interest rates for our homes is very high. We have a lot of people very, very interested. I would say
the interest rate. Oh, there we go.
Interest in our homes is very, very high.
Is that what you say?
That's what I say.
That's hilarious. Oh, guys, I love it. The interest rate has gone up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We've got people very interested in our homes. Let me get back. And I act like I'm dumb. And then what do they say? They act like, no, dude. Like, that's not what I'm talking about.
I meant the payment.
Oh, you're talking about the interest rate, like mortgage rate, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So just so you know, recently, the Fed has increased the tax deduction for every person who invests in a brand new home. But I don't know how long, they're going to keep that increased tax deduction
Sure.
going for.
Okay. Well, good.
So, so the idea there is, man, I just flipped it. So somebody says interest rate. Yeah, I've got people very interested in their home. If
Right.
somebody talks about, no, the mortgage rate, yes, there are a lot of people that are worried about tax deduction. Yeah,
Right.
so they
Sure.
just increase the tax deduction.
Right. Well, I mean, in a practical sense too, I think what we're finding is, yes, rates went up, they bubbled back down again. Everything that I teach anyway is to focus on for them falling in love emotionally with your brand new home, but then
Right
also
home.
talking about what the monthly investment is going to be. I have my app that does it, and if you can show people that here's your home on your home site with the stuff you'd like in the home, and here's your monthly investment, if that works out, then why do we have to get caught up in what the interest rate's going to be or that kind of stuff? Yeah.
Do you know the number one reason why people invest in new homes right now?
You tell me, please.
It's better to live inside than outside. We're stealing. So I ask people, is this your home number 5, number 6? Oh no, this is our home. Okay, well listen, when I go out to eat with my family and I say, look, I'm in the mood for a steak, I'm not worried about the meat market. Now, if I were a meat investor,
Right.
it would really matter. Right. So you have some really basic needs,
Right.
and then they just get right back to the needs and get right back to the home that they want. And I would say, listen, if this were an investment home, then yeah, let's hold off. And I tell some of my investors, listen, right now, maybe hold back on home number 5. Let's see what happens. But if it's your personal home,
Right.
look, is the rubber market high? So I'm not going to buy tennis shoes if I need tennis shoes?
Right. Interesting. I
No.
need tennis shoes. Cool. All right. Well, that's
So,
a good
always
answer.
bring it back to the home. Deflect. Look, if somebody asks you about the interest rates, oh yeah, we've got great interest in our homes. A lot of people are very interested,
The
and of
rate
course,
of
because we sell brand new homes.
Right, right. Okay, interesting stuff. It's a lot to unpack. I'm sort of thinking about how I would, if I was on the front line new home sales, how I would share some of the information that you're sharing. But what I love about you is just that you're very positive. You've always had a good sense of humor, but not in a condescending way where somebody get mad at you. And it's great to use humor as a way to sort of distract, get people back on track. And what you're saying, if I hear you correctly, is that your clients still want to live in a beautiful brand new home. They walked in the door, that sign of interest. So just help them to feel good about that decision and not worry about other things. And yes, they're not buying it as an investment, so they don't need to worry about what the interest rate. If the home site, their stuff, and the monthly investment works for them, then what are they worried about? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, if you get the right home, if you buy the wrong home at the right interest rate, it's the wrong home.
Right. There we
If you
go.
buy the right home at a little bit too high interest rate, but you say, you know what, but I love it. I got my home office. I've got my thing. I am getting a tax deduction. I mean, that's the reality. The higher the interest rate, the higher the tax deduction.
Right.
But we look at everybody else and it seems strange, like, oh, I can't buy right now, right? It's like, well, wait a second, you need a home, right? And you're still going to buy. This is the mistake people don't understand. If you rent, you're still buying.
There we go. Right.
You're just buying somebody else's home. So all of us will buy 3 or 4 homes in our lifetime. They just might not be ours. So I just want to make this shift that, look, you've been working, you work hard to own nice things. You have a family with needs.
Yeah.
If I had to eat food, I wouldn't say, well, wait a second, the meat market's pretty high right now.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off until price of steak comes down. Yeah, you're going to go for it.
To really tell them, look, if you're an investor, maybe hold off on buying another rental right now. But if it's your personal home, let's get your family situated.
Okay, good. Listen, we're winding down a little bit on time, but let's go a little further. So the theme of the retreat, again, Quint Lears is the star of the retreat. He and I will be working on the sales training together. There's also OSC, or online sales training, online sales counselor training. We have leadership and marketing on as well. So the theme is better together. What does better together mean to you personally, Quint?
Simple. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Wow.
And I think that teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
I think we're independent in this business, but one thing I love about the home building industry is that it's regional. In other words, you would never have Coke, meet with executives from Pepsi. Right, but here you can have some of the best. And by the way, don't come to this retreat to meet me. Meet the people that are going to be there, the other sales directors, the sales pros, the CEOs. I mean, that's what's exciting. And you get to have coffee and talk and share ideas and insights. best practices, and people will open up and say, oh, no, no, no. And they can save you millions of dollars in
Yeah.
a bad product, or I did that thing, this didn't work. I mean,
Sure.
that's the real benefit of our industry that makes our industry unique
Yeah.
from, let's say, any other industry in the world.
I hear you. So it's
You
about
never have
connection.
Apple and Microsoft executives in a room sharing ideas, but
Right.
we have that in our industry. Why?
Yeah.
Because the other person's in Georgia or Florida. I'm not worried. They're not right across the street. Does that make
True.
sense?
True. It does make sense. So the idea is about connection and connecting with others in your industry. We even have a mastermind group that meets as part of that. And you're absolutely right. It's best practices and learning from each other and connecting with other folks in our industry. Well, good stuff. Let's go a little personal, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So in the time that we have, so what is your favorite, books, TV, or movies?
Just books. I'm listening to audiobooks.
Yeah.
We
And
actually
so
don't even own a TV. We actually have just a computer that we could get on
really,
Amazon. We do watch stuff, a lot of YouTube and stuff like that. But
so
um,
very contemporary. So
um,
if I may jump in, because we're a little bit out of time, but what
yeah,
is your favorite, what is your favorite book that you've listened to?
I'm really studying a lot of personality types.
Sure.
I'm reading a lot of Robert Cialdini,
Mhm.
influence books.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, I just like learn. I like history books, all that stuff.
Sure. And then what is your favorite pastime when you're not working? Maybe you want to tell us about your beautiful
Yeah,
family.
I love my family. I love chess. We've
Do
actually
you
started
really?
on a chess club, and I'm not a great chess player, but I enjoy it, and I'm getting the kids involved, and I'm very good at teaching chess. So I've
Really?
created a story around it. I've actually written a book, a
Yeah.
children's book about chess, and I'm looking for an
Oh,
illustrator. So if anybody wants to be an illustrator, it's a good
yeah.
book.
That sounds great. Have you maybe if you haven't watched much television, you haven't seen this, but did you see the Queen's Gambit on
I have
television?
not
It's a
ever.
really good, it's an interesting show. It's not really for the family. It's just maybe you and your wife and the kids go to bed should
Yeah.
watch the Queen's Gambit, but she's a genius chess player. And spoiler alert, she sees the chess pieces on the ceiling every night when she goes to bed. She plays these moves out in her head. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, Mr. Quint Lears. And if I haven't said this as well, I mean, I consider you a great friend. It sounds weird. I get very excited, but I do love you, Quint. You're a great person. You're not only great at what you do, but you're so caring. And when you're with salespeople, I've seen you really care about them. You have as much time for them as they need. It's remarkable. At a retreat last year, people just hung out with you, and we did yoga together. And then you just spent so much time working with everybody. But what do your students say about you? Or what do they say they enjoy most about you? Sorry, that's what a question should be.
I think I get people excited about the industry again. And
Sure.
there are some people that, we're selling cars and, oh, wait, the cars aren't so hot. I'm going to do cell phones. Hey, I hear that, real estate's doing good. Oh, no, now we're going to get into crypto. And like, no, no, no. I want you to make a home in new home sales. I want you to
Good.
surround yourself with industry experts, to never stop learning, and just stay in the business. And I think that's one thing that bothers me a little bit is, there's this sentiment like, oh yeah, this is the best thing that ever happened. It's going to wash out all these bad salespeople. That's a tremendously challenging thing. When a builder loses a salesperson,
Yeah.
they lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in downtime, and
Sure.
it's so much more complex than it was 15 or 20 years ago. You
Sure.
have these these CRM programs, you have these computer systems. It takes months before them to even figure that
Sure.
stuff out. Even if they know how to sell, much
Yeah.
less sell new homes, which is a specific specialty within sales and within real estate. So
Right.
instead of that, what if we took the people that are already on the front lines, get them reinvigorated, remotivated, retrained, hired, pretend like, hey, this is my day one of new home sales, and then go there, show up, learn everything about the home, become the expert, polish up all of it. And I want to give away some, instead of like back to the basics, I want to go forward to some advanced stuff, some of the nuances, because the beautiful thing about this industry also is that you can never stop learning.
True.
I could spend a month just learning about the dishwasher. I could spend a week just learning about the stuff,
Yeah.
It's fascinating. And then you can get into people. I know you're learning about negotiating, and there's personalities and all that stuff. So it's a wonderful industry that you can really focus on and
Yeah.
stay in the business.
Stay in the business. So what people like about you is that you're authentic, and you lift people up and motivate them. I agree with you. I've seen some of those posts on social media. if you can't sell now, then get out of the business, or whatever it was, words to that effect. And you and I chatted about that. That's not very positive. Isn't it our job as sales managers, sales directors, VPs? Aren't we supposed to be sales coaches after all? We've hired people there, and let's evaluate, see where they're at now, and then let's figure out how to motivate and improve them. If we can't do that, then of course, then there have to be changes made. But why not give people the benefit of the doubt and provide world-class training by two great trainers together? So you'd see you and me there and on the beach in Tampa and Clearwater Beach. We're going to be there. Well, afterwards, we're going to go outside in the ocean because it's what, 79 degrees in November, still in the ocean. We're going to watch the sunset over the Gulf of Mexico and have a lovely time. So Quint, I couldn't be more honored to call you friend and work with you again. All right.
Let's keep going. Let's become the best that we can be, and let's go.
And let's take pride in the students that we help succeed and thrive, and the companies that prosper as a result, my friend. All right.
Thanks.
Take care. Ciao.
Bye, everybody.